Hi guys, and welcome back to Cold Snow and Hot Chocolate with me, Aloshka. So our today's special treat is the very famous and the absolutely delicious Russian honey cake. Now this cake was introduced to me when I was in Abu Dhabi by one of my colleagues, and I for the past 3 to 4 years, I believe, when I was in Abu Dhabi, I used to have this cake almost every single Friday, just a slice of it, of course. But my father used to buy this cake for me every single Friday when he used to go for grocery shopping. And you won't believe it, guys, that every single time I tried this cake, I used to absolutely relish it like it's the first time. It's that good, and you need to try it to believe it, trust me. And this recipe is super simple. It might be a little bit time consuming, but as you go by, you're going to seriously enjoy the process of baking the cake, and the final product is totally worth every effort. So without further ado, let's get started on how we can do it.
So our first step to make the honey cake would be to caramelize the honey. So you start by adding 6 tablespoons of honey to a saucepan and heat it on medium heat. So at the start the honey is going to loosen up and it will look somewhat like a thin syrup. Then as it starts heating, it will bubble up. So keep stirring at this stage in order to make sure that the honey doesn't stick to the saucepan and burn. As it starts getting a golden brown color, add about 2 tablespoons of water and let it continue to heat on a medium low heat. Now step 2 will be mixing the wet ingredients over a double boiler. So first we add some honey, sugar and unsalted butter, and also remember guys the earlier caramelized honey. So we are going to add about 2 tablespoons of that as well and cook this until the butter melts completely. At this stage, we add half teaspoon of salt, 1 and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and stir well till it's combined, and then move it off from the stove top. Our step number 3 is mixing the dry and the wet ingredients. So we first add the eggs to the wet mix from the stove top. Now at this stage, make sure that your wet mix is not very hot. It should just be warm to the touch. This is in order to avoid cooked eggs. And then you whisk the eggs till it's completely well combined. Now the batter is slightly thick because it has honey in it. So you just need to make sure that the eggs are really incorporated well. Then we add our all-purpose flour one third cup at a time to ensure it is well combined. Now here you would require some hard work while mixing the cake, but it's okay, right? I think because it's like, working out before eating the cake. Your mixture should be smooth and free of any lumps. Now it's time to bake a cake, for which you will need a baking tray, a template. I have just traced my 6-inch cake tin on a A4 size sheet, and on top of it a sheet of baking paper. Then you would pour about 1/3 cup of batter at a time for each layer and gently spread it as per the template, and repeat this until you have like minimum of 7 and maximum of 8 layers. And guys, remember to slip out the template before baking. Each of the baked layer will look like a thin sheet of a delicate sponge. Now it's time for a delicious frosting. So first goes in our dulce de leches or caramel sauce, then the earlier caramelized honey, and half cup of heavy whipping cream. So then you whisk it until it's well combined, and then it goes in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes before we actually add it to our additional heavy whipping cream. Now for the final stage of a frosting, in a large bowl add some heavy whipping cream and whip till stiff peaks. Then you add the earlier prepared caramel mixture and whip it for a few more minutes. And then finally add about 2 tablespoons of icing sugar and whip it for a very little time. Now here you do not want to over whip the batter. So what you do is in case your sugar is not combined, you just use a spoon or a spatula and just give it a quick stir, and the sugar will be dissolved in just few seconds. Our last step is cake assembly and decoration. Now guys, here I will show you only 2 layers of frosting, but you will need to repeat this process for the next 7 to 8 layers you have prepared, and also cover the cake on the outside with the frosting. Now we will cover the frosted cake with some biscuit crumbs. Now you can choose any biscuit crumbs of your choice, but make sure that the crumbs are not, or the biscuit that you're choosing is not too sweet. Then we will add some fruits on top of the cake for decoration. Now you can use very simple fruits, anything that is readily available, because fruits make a very beautiful decoration for any simple cake. Just missed to mention a very important step, guys. So before adding the fruits to the cake, let the cake sit in the refrigerator with the frosting overnight, so that the cream makes the cake super moist, and the result will be an absolutely delicious honey cake. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you really like this video, do click on the like button, and If you're new to the channel, welcome to Cold Snow and Hot Chocolate, and please do click on the subscribe button to see more of such interesting content in the future. And also do not forget to share this video with your family and loved ones. And you can also follow me on my social media accounts like Cold Snow _ Hot Chocolate on Instagram and on Facebook as Cold Snow and Hot Chocolate. Thank you guys. I love you all.